the amazing Tamara Henry. Tamara does green tea with Tamara. If you're not familiar with that, she does an amazing video series called Green Tea, and I'm out of words at this point, so I'm gonna let her take off. It's the end of the day, but I want to kind of close things in a very beautiful way, and she wanted to do this little talk about Mother Earth and Eco Feminism. So I think it's very appropriate to close out the day with the wonderful Tamara Henry.
Thank you so much. I didn't know if you got your email or anything. But okay, you can work on it while we're working on it. Maybe make it happen. So, hi, I'm your host, Green Tea, and welcome to the Women of the Green Generation. You may have seen my webisodes. And I just want to give a couple of thank yous to a couple of Chris's here. One, Chris Wiley, for creating the Women of the Green Generation. And another one is Chris Payne, whose beautiful home, the Marrakesh house that we are all basking in today. So, yeah, my talk today is called Eco Feminism, Healing the Ultimate Woman, Mother Earth. And my journey has begun as a journalist. I had been working at one of the top 5 Fox affiliates in the nation as a health reporter, bringing the health news every night. But I was 40 pounds heavier than I am now. And I was not a shining example of health. But I was delivering health information. And it was on Fox. And it was somewhat censored. I wasn't really allowed to bring the truth to the people. I heard rumblings about milk, some bad things about milk, 2 or 3 bad things about milk. But I wasn't able to share them with the people in the city because that town was kind of sponsored by the cows there. So we had to kind of keep our lips closed. But the people in the newsroom heard about it, and they wanted to know because they were having children, and so at least, you know, they got to know. So the great thing about it is my journey from a journalist has deepened into a journeyist. Now I'm a journeyist, and I'm on a journey. And one of the great things is that I'm not working for the big corporate monster anymore. I can be a citizen journalist. And that's the great thing, is that we all have the power to be citizen journalists. Even if you just have a small blog or even on your Facebook page. There's so much power in numbers that when you get some tidbit of truth, it's your responsibility to share it with, even if it's just your close friends and family. Because big corporations won't let the truth out there. So my mission has been to combine spirituality with entertainment. Those 2 things that I love. Entertainment, which is being on television, entertaining people, being a ham, and then spirituality, just like Sophie Juliana was talking about. And by the way, her beautiful books were part of the prize package that we did as Green Tea with Tamara.tv for our Miss America contestants, and I'll talk about that in a second. But combining spirituality with entertainment has been my mission in life. And I'll tell you really quickly how Green Tea with Tamara.tv came to be. And after I graduated in 2005 from the University of Santa Monica, does anybody know, and anybody in here been to the University of Santa Monica? You've heard about those crazy people? So after that, I started meditating every night for an hour. And I've been doing that since 2005, going on that inner journey. I got to the point in my Holosync Center Point meditation tapes. I don't know if anybody knows about that. They synchronize your left and right hemispheres of the brain and give you the discipline to do it every night. I got to the point where I could call in my affirmations on the phone so that my affirmations are subliminally being cast into my head every night, subliminal messages. And I kind of call that like casting a spell. I'm casting a spell on myself. And so one of my affirmations said, beautiful angels in areas of expertise are showing up on my path to help me with my journey. Shortly after that, I met Kevin Carr. He's in the back of the room. Say hi to Kevin Carr, everybody. He's my business partner at Green Tea with Tamara.tv. And Green Tea with Tamara.tv was birthed at Earth Cafe at a big, long 4-hour coffee meeting. I was having these spiritual entertainment meetings on the beach, these rituals where we would get together under a full moon, these small groups, and sit together under the moon and talk about what do we want to do, what do we want to do. And so from that was birthed Green Tea with Tamara.tv, all of these webisodes, And I brought my crystal with me. This is a quartz crystal that was given to me by my pageant director in 1994. And if you look at it up close, this was in 1994. If you look at it up close, it looks like the Twin Towers, which is really kind of weird. But I used this in a sacred ritual, and that's kind of the way that I get back to my Native American roots. Because my word for 2011 is discipline. And discipline sounds kind of crunchy, but what I love more underneath the discipline is sacred ritual. And I want to get back to doing sacred rituals to bring the pageant back. And I used this crystal to manifest one of our first things we did as Green Tea with Tamara.tv, which was the Greenest Gorgeous Interactive Eco Contest for the Miss America contestants. And Miss Wisconsin won. We had so much fun educating the whole country. Everybody in the country voted on, they listened to all these pageant answers. And in the pageants, I learned how to be competitive with women. I learned how to, I'm going to outshine you, I'm going to outdo you, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to win. And that's one of the things that I have learned as I'm going from my journalist to my journeyist, is that I want to evolve and deepen away from competition to collaboration. And that's part of the Eco Feminism thing that I think that we can heal at this time. Because I really believe, when we talk a lot about clean energy, and we talk a lot about, from fuel to what we put in our bodies, what we eat. And I want to talk about, and if you go to my website, one of the things we're talking about there is how to clean up our inner toxicity. Have you ever thought about maybe that we're toxic in our hearts? That we're toxic in our minds? And we can have toxic energy vibrations, whether those are fear, competition, envy, jealousy, and all of those are these low-grade level energy vibrations. And then we talk about healing Mother Earth. And how are we going to heal Mother Earth if all of these women are harboring these low-grade energy vibrations? So if we remember that our planet's greatest wealth is our planet's health, then we have to realize, not only do we have our solar panels on our house, we have our canvas bags, we have the right light bulbs in, but if I'm doing all of that, but if my heart is dark and my mind is full of judgment, then am I really doing my part to help the planet? So we have an outer economy, which might be falling to pieces right now, and we have an inner economy. I can put things in my bag in here and in here. I can weed out this garden in my mind of all these negative thoughts and plant beautiful flowers there, and in my heart, the same thing. I think one of the biggest ways, let's talk about healing for a minute. Forgiveness is meant to be the most healing force introduced into the human experience, but the ordinary mind doesn't understand it. Because no, I'm not going to forgive that person who ripped me off. I'm not going to forgive that situation that ruined my career. I'm not going to forgive those things. But if we're not going to forgive, then what is forgiveness for? If we're not going to, then who are you going to forgive? Someone who hasn't harmed you? So I think forgiveness can bring us back to wholeness. And we can finally let go of that resentment that we keep resenting, that resentment to ourselves, that happened in that old story. Let that go. Come back to wholeness. And another part of ecofeminism, I think, is one of the things that we lost in the feminine movement is the juicy part of ourselves. We said, okay, I want to be more like a man. I want to wear a suit. I want to get a lot of money. I want to cut my hair off. I want to go to work. I want to have the same equal status. But what did we do? We lost our juice. We looked at women like Marilyn Monroe, who were so in their sensualness, and we said, oh, that's bad. She's evil. She's a, whatever you want to call her. And we lost our juice. We lost our power to intuit. We lost our power to create and to channel things. So if we can get that back, they burned women at the stake for having those things. Like here I am using a crystal, and I'm mixing up my elixirs, and I'm casting my spells, and I have my little animals. They used to burn women at the stake for that kind of thing. So we got frightened and said, no, I'm gonna be square, and I'm gonna fit inside the box. I'm gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna be a carbon cutout of everyone else. And we lost our juice. So that's what I'd like to see, I would like to see us get our juice back. I would like to see us be juicy women. And one of the ways that we have to do that is by forgiving ourselves for having judged other women, and judge that beautiful blonde in there. Oh, I just hate that beautiful blonde. I hate her because she's beautiful. But look at me, I'm filled with hate. And there she is, still blonde and beautiful. But I'm filled with this nasty hatred. So we have to forgive that inside and appreciate Mother Earth. You know, Mother Earth is beautiful. We don't hate her because she's beautiful. She's got these beautiful sunsets. She's got these beautiful flowers, or these beautiful homes. We hate those beautiful women out there. So if we can clean up that inner toxicity, forgive ourselves, and come to understanding and compassion. Another level of forgiveness is forgiveness on the level of the planet. So if we're talking about ecofeminism, healing the ultimate woman, Mother Earth, on the big level, how do we deal with the hatred of BP? Oh, we hate BP. We hate those people with the oil spills and the radiation. And I think that we have to once again realize that I'm busy hating. Look what I've done. I've filled my own energy channel up with some more toxic hatred, and I'm contributing to the planet. I'm just as toxic as that oil spill. I'm just as toxic as that radiation that's coming out. So I think that we really have to come back once again to forgiveness, understanding, and compassion. Nobody really wants to understand anyone else. We just want to demonize BP, put a big X across them. They're evil and bad. But if we can try to understand, okay, I want to understand what's going on there. You know, a spiritual principle underlying that might be greed. A spiritual principle can not only be on the level of the planet, but the level of the individual. Where's my greed? Have I taken my greed and stuffed it into and repressed it into my shadow so that I think I don't have any greed? The only greed is out there. I'm going to point at the evil person out there that has it. But if we can come to compassion and understanding and realize that this BP situation needs our compassion. It doesn't need our hate. If we throw hate at a problem, what's that going to do? Create a big... I think what we can... Love is the healing force. And I think that's the beautiful thing about green and women of the green generation is that the heart chakra is green. And like Sophie was talking about, the healing can come from love and compassion and understanding. And this is alchemy. When we have to do the spiritual growth of mining the gold and we go down into our shadow, the things we don't want to look at. And you can find your shadow easily by looking at the things out there that really trigger you and then try to find them in here. Where's my greed? Where's my hatred? Where is my envy and jealousy? And transform that. That's mining the gold. And turn that dark stuff into gold and get those powerful forces at work for you. Just imagine how much power do you have in your envy. If you can turn that around and turn it to inspiration and let it work in your favor, just think how much that would do to you. Because some of those things, like I said, fear, competition, and shame, those are toxic. We want to clean those things up and make a living amends. So what I'm saying is I want to go from ego to eco. I want to go from me to us. And the green generation is all about peace and oneness, and that's sustainable. Energy consciousness. Think about my psycho-spiritual energy consciousness. And when I clean up my body with this good food and this good energy, I'm able to plug right into Mother Earth and channel her. And she can guide me. So, I call myself an eco-mystic. Are any of you out there eco-mystics? Are any of you out there eco-healers? What about eco-artists? Eco-writers? Eco-activists? Eco-entrepreneurs? I know that that's who we have here in this audience, and I'm so proud to be part of the Women of the Green generation. You can even take things like your self-centered narcissist and turn it around and say, I'm an eco-leader, I'm an eco-rebel, an eco-pioneer, an eco-renegade. So I think that's the way we're going to heal our ecofeminism, is coming from a place of no more competition, even within yourself, that negative self-talk, and turn it around and make it work for you. Because one more thing about ecofeminism is if you look at the human body, it's sensual. Ask yourself this one question. Is this sin or is this beauty? And what do you believe? Because that is what you're going to reap. Look at our society right now and ask, what have we believed so far about our body? We have believed it to be sinful. And it's showing up in our society as twisted. We have pedophiles, we have sexual abuse. We have all kind of things going on because we have called it sinful. And we're reaping what we're sowing. So if we can change our view of the body to be beautiful, just like Mother Earth has her hills and her valleys and her streams, so does our body. I really believe that we're not little people riding on this planet. We are Mother Earth. And when we can own that, like Sophie was saying, my environment is not out there. It's in here. This is my environment. It's all one thing. So I'd like to call us back to oneness and wholeness, healing, and ownership and responsibility. And a lot of people here, we've asked who are mothers, who's not mothers. And I have never had children, and I would just like to say that one thing that I did learn at our crazy school is that if you don't have progeny, you might have prodigy. If you didn't give birth to a life in this lifetime, maybe you're giving birth to your work of art. Maybe you're giving birth to your healing that you're contributing to the planet. You're giving birth to being part of a woman of the green generation. So I'm so happy that we're evolving, that I want to walk my talk and talk about some opportunities that are happening, that I want to share as opposed to having competition. I want to invite everyone on my journey with me on greenteawithtamara.tv, because we've done so many webisodes and we want to do more webisodes. I'm sure there are so many stories sitting right here in this room that need to be showcased and shine the light on. And we just got back from the Go Green Expo. And the Go Green Expo is going to be going online on the internet with an online shopping channel and content. So I'm just sure that there's so many stories in this room that need to be told, and everyone can come on and be part of it. Be part of it. And also, just like Sophie, I'm going to be writing my book this year. That's why I picked the word discipline. And I want to hear your personal stories and be incorporated into my book about Eco Feminism. Maybe you have your own personal story of Eco Feminism. You have something that you want to share with the world, and I want to showcase you and shine the spotlight on you and share. Maybe you have a brand that you want integrated into the book and tell your personal story. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to say, people are trying to put their finger on the pulse of, what do we want out there now? And it made me think of a quote. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, because that's what the world needs, is more people who come alive. So find that spark inside of yourself. So not only reduce and reuse and recycle, but rethink, rejuvenate, and replenish. And then I have to give one last thank you to Donna Morgan from Pistol and Stamen for this beautiful dress that she's letting me wear today. And if Chris was here, I would say thank you to her, but thank you to my partner Kevin Carr. We are big supporters of Women of the Green Generation. Thank you so much for coming out, and enjoy your networking. And at greenteawithtamara.tv, all of you girls out here, bring us hope, and that means healing on planet Earth.